Hello everybody, it is Danlags and welcome back to episode number 138 of Constructing Los Dangeles. How's everybody doing? We're back in the city today. We're ready to continue to work on some stuff. So let's jump right into it here. So chilling in the middle of the high-rise area, we got the skyscrapers and all that stuff. This is like skyscraper block right here. There's 5 skyscrapers on one block. So kind of wish I like evenly distributed them a little bit more since we have like 5 tall buildings here. Obviously, we have the eclipses over there, which are giganto. We have this building, which is cool, but you know we don't have too many taller buildings on this area of the world. But that'll start to, once we move to Xbox One, I'll start to add some more taller buildings out in that direction. We'll start to kind of make it more of a high rise. But the point of a city is you have like your tallest buildings kind of like in the middle, and then it kind of like slowly goes out from there into like the outskirts of the city. And that's kind of what I want to do once we have more room. Just kind of make it more spread out and stuff like that. So it'll go from like really tall buildings to like medium-sized buildings, like kind of all the way down to like standard like smaller buildings as we go. So that's a thing. But anyway, guys, welcome back to episode 138. Real quick on this particular building, we're working on this last episode, the apartment. Looking at it for a little bit. I haven't worked on it all, but I think I will keep these particular blocks. I don't know. They kind of grew on me a little bit as I kind of looked at them more. So maybe I will keep them. Just the only reason I like them is because they're different from other parts of the city. Because there's a lot of light gray wool, quartz, gray wool, cobblestone, stone, stuff like that around the city. So this building has a little bit of a color to it. Some people were asking, why would you put a mechanic, or why would you put an apartment complex above mechanics? I thought that was funny. Yeah, no, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But I did, to kind of counteract that a little bit, I did actually add a side room. I actually have had this here for a while in the plans of putting an apartment above it. So, in theory, this would be kind of like the entrance to the apartment here from the street. And, there would be, like an elevator or a staircase in here that would lead up to the apartment complex. So, so it's not really connected to the, even though it's in the same building, it's not really officially connected to the mechanics. So there is that. But yeah, I mean, I know it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that it's above that, but what can you do? Sometimes I gotta add things in certain spots that, wouldn't be super duper ideal, but it's still not a bad thing though. It still looks fine. And I still have to say I really like this the sign here that has like the car on top to kind of show that's a mechanic. This was not my idea. This was one of my friend's ideas. It was a really cool idea actually. So good to get some ideas from some friends every once in a while. So anyway, let's go ahead and move over here. We're gonna work on the hospital like I said last time. I got some things to do with it. It's an old building, so it does need a little bit of modernization, I guess, to the the current times of MC. Well, my current thoughts. This side of the building is good. This is a little bit newer. This is just going to be the strictly hospital rooms. So, and obviously the parking lot, the above ground parking lot below will have a an underground parking lot over here as well in the desolate wasteland known as the under of Los Angeles. So yeah, and then we have the bridge that kind of runs across, which I like. This is my favorite part. How kind of like the road runs through here, and then wait a minute. Okay, I was just making sure that these cars were going the right direction because it looked like that one for a second was heading in this direction on the wrong side of the road. I was like, uh-oh, that's a problem. But yeah, we anyway, we have the kind of the bridge that runs across, and obviously here's like the little driveway for the thing, and it kind of leads in. So this whole area is very neat and organized, and I like this area. Obviously, this is the emergency room entrance. Well, that's what that is planned to be. This is going to be, the ER over here. So that's cool. But the whole like plan of the hospital I think looks pretty nice. I just need to kind of finish it up and close it off because we have this whole big space here kind of just sticking out, and we even have like a floor plan for it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. I got some swiftness out. We're ready to rock and roll here, guys. So I got a question of the day as well. So we're gonna get to that in a minute. But I just want to start off. I want to start off by just getting a kind of a idea of what I want to do here. So obviously, I don't want to have like let's fix my controller there. I don't want to have there's a big gray ceiling on this, like a gray roof, a gray wool roof. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. But just for a start, we're going to kind of just fill this in here. And just get this thing out of the way. So, all right, let's go ahead and bring it across right to there. And get rid of that. And this is going to look pretty good. So the idea is that this wall is going to come down to, let's see, it's going to go like right there. Yeah, that's perfect. And then this gray wool, light gray wool, is going to, it's like the difference between gray wool and light gray wool is just, the name is very different, but besides that, it is literally the complete opposite. All right, so let's see, or did I say the name? The name is very similar. Whatever. I tend to misspeak often, so that's a thing. I like this area of the map, though. It's old. It's very old. All these buildings are old. I'm thinking about doing a little bit of a, I guess, like a renovation of the tinsel tower here, because it is old and bland. The idea of it is nice, but I think I need to eclipsify it. Kind of like make it look very similar to the Eclipse Towers on the other side of the city, but obviously just shorter. These buildings I'm going to leave how they are. Obviously this building is super duper old, but whatever. It is what it is. So I'll leave that how it is, kind of just as a tribute to the older part of the city. These buildings are pretty new, and I like these, and then I like the sky bridge that goes in between them. So that's a keeper. And this right here is still actually one of my favorite buildings in the world. So I might get rid of those like gigantic flower, or those gigantic streamlines of leaves that go all the way up. That seems kind of silly. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah. And obviously another just extra parking garage for people. So the old part of the city over here needs a little bit of modification, but it's still absolutely good and usable. So City Hall obviously needs to be done a little bit. Well, the City Hall on the outside looks really good. It still looks it's managed to pass the test of time. Everything except for the interior here, which is end stone blocks. I built this in the natural, so end stone looked good in that texture pack, but in this texture pack it makes me want to vomit. So we're gonna have to change that up, and I might do the interior for this because I think it's kind of cool. I like the idea of this building. I like how you can I just got to appreciate the city a little bit more, because since I build on it so much, I kind of like lose sight of of just appreciating like everything that's been built. And this is a cool area of the map. So I also want to try to get all the street lights and all the roads kind of squared away, and even put some like billboards and street signs and things like that, traffic lights and all that stuff. I want to get all that stuff out of the way soon. So that's going to be another one of the things on my priority list, as well as the super secret stadium. So anyway, I didn't want to turn that into an update video, but it kind of just happened. But anyway, let's get back to the hospital, guys. So I'm just going to fill this in again. Pardon my controller being retarded. So that's just, that's how it is. Maybe I'll get a new one, but I kind of like cheap in a way. I'm not cheap. Like, I will buy something if I need it. But, if I don't absolutely need something, I kind of just like ignore it and don't buy it, even though like I kind of want it. So I'm like cheap in that way. Like, I don't know. It's just I don't like spending money for whatever reason. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I kind of do need a new modded controller, because this thing is, it's seen its day. It's pretty much shot at this point. The joystick or the D-pad is completely broken. The joystick barely works. The buttons are still good. The modded button itself still works like a charm. But the actual like usability of the controller is starting to dwindle a little bit. So I'm dropping the big words this episode. I'm pulling out the Danthosaurus here. So anyway, basically what we're gonna be doing is taking this design here and just kind of transferring it to the other side. So I'm gonna need some pillared cohorts, and I'm gonna need some, looks like some glass panes. Probably gonna need some gray wool. Oh, I already have that. Gray carpet. And let's see. There we go. All right. And also some slabs as well. So there we go. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of take with sans the bridge. I'm gonna take this design and move it to the other side. So let's give it a shot here, everybody. All right. So if I'm looking at this right, you know what? Let's actually do that. Let's grab a map as well. That'll help, so I can kind of get the coordinates lined up. Because I can't just click F3 on here on the Xbox Minecraft. So we got 360 and 361. All right, so we have that lined up, which is good. Okay, so let's go back over here. Here's an updated shot of the map, guys, for those of you who are interested. I don't know what the hell's going on with the infield of the stadium. That looks really weird. I don't know what's going on over there. I guess that's like the jet planes flying over. It's causing that weird shadow-looking design, but I don't know. The map changed a little bit in the most recent update, so I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. I actually really like the whole like new map features, how you have to like click it because it's originally like empty. That's how it is on PC, I'm pretty sure. So I don't, again, a lot of things I don't know about PC. So I'm you know, in my limited experience playing PC Minecraft, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So I don't know, like it's cool. It's cool. So it just allows you to you know, it's really more of a survival thing. Well, actually, it could work. It really is for creative as well, but you know, it just allows you to, you know, depending on what region you are, it's more of an Xbox One, you know, feature than it is a 360 feature. It just allows you to create a map, but not necessarily have to use it until you get to the region that you want it to build the map for. So, yeah, like I said, it's more of an Xbox One feature than it is a Xbox 360 feature. Since obviously here on 360 we only have one map per seed, compared to Xbox One where there's like a ton. So, I'm not actually sure how many. Actually, I mean, I did fill out a map one time for Los Angeles when I converted it. Filled out the whole thing to kind of, you know, check out what biomes looked good and which ones I probably wasn't going to build in. So that was an adventure. That took forever. I'm telling you, Xbox One seeds are huge. It takes a long time to kind of fill those out. All right, so I'm pretty sure that, yeah, there's going to be a stair on top of that with some, okay, so I did assume that was correct. So if only I had a photographic memory, all this stuff would be so easy. I could just take one look at it and be like, boom, build the whole thing without having to go back and forth. That would be great. That would be good stuff. All right. So we have, looks like 2 blocks here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So then we have 3 more windows. Okay. So let's see here. Let's get. Okay. Now we don't want that there. Let's go like this, and then we need 3 more lines of gray wool, which is we're gonna start to approach this here. So we might want to. How's that gonna work? We'll figure it out. No worries, guys. All right, so that and that, and where is the floor gonna be going through here? So here's the floor, and it's gonna kind of run across through here. So there's obviously not gonna be a window right here since that's gonna be like dirt. So we won't do that. So the window is going to be here on this side. So these windows are going to be null on the other side. That's fine. So we're going to have 1 layer of windows right here and 1 layer of windows right here. I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. 1 block down. Got to give ourselves a little bit of space. So there we go. That's going to be 2 layers of windows. That's good. So now for the rest of this area here, we can just kind of get all fancy with it, I guess. So we have some extra gray wool here. We can add, you know, a plethora of different kind of designs. Might just do something like this. Got a little bit of rain up here in Los Angeles. You don't see that very often. That's one of the flaws of the daylight cycle thing. You know, it rains midday, and I gotta kind of switch it on and wait for the night. So I'll cut the video, guys, and wait for the nighttime. I'll be right back, everybody. All right, everybody. Just a quick pro tip for you. If you are using the daylight cycle, I'd recommend actually setting the time to close to nighttime. So I have it like, you know, for the sake of the video, I didn't go like as far as I could have. But do you want to try to put the sun, like, I don't know, like right about where my crosshairs are now? So it's not quite sunset yet, but it's getting close. That way, you know, it's fully daytime, but, you know, if it does start to rain, you can turn the daylight cycle back on, and it'll become nighttime within, like, a couple seconds or a couple minutes. So that's what I usually do. Don't just set it, like, right in the morning, because then you have to wait, like, the whole day to get rid of the rain. So just a quick thought. That's something I do, so feel free to do that as well if you feel like it. So anyway, I actually went ahead and filled all this stuff in because I was looking at it and I was like, you know what, this is probably going to be a little bit tedious anyway. So we can move on to some different stuff now that I have this filled in. Obviously, I want to detail this a little bit more, add a roof and stuff. I filled this in over here as well. But yeah, when I'm looking at this, I have to say that it's a little bit unsymmetrical because of right here. You know, it's going to be 5 blocks right here, and it's only going to be 3 here. The reason for that is it actually does leak out a little bit on this side, 2 extra blocks. So to counteract that, I actually took this particular part of the building and, you know, kind of moved it in a couple blocks to kind of counteract that. But I don't know, this building is kind of like all over the place. It's kind of weird. It's like a mixture of like, it looks like it's like a combination of like 3 different buildings. Like it's like this style of building with like the wood and the light gray, and then you have like this part of it, and then you have like this part of it, and then you have the brown. So it's like, it just looks like 3 or 4 buildings kind of just like crushed together. So probably could have done a little bit better job planning it, but whatever. It's no big deal. It still looks okay. So with that, let's go ahead and continue, guys. I was working on this up here a little bit. I want to close this off since this is just going to be an elevator shaft. It doesn't have to, you know, kind of extend its way out that way in any way, shape, or form. So I'm just gonna kind of close this off here. Well, it's actually not an elevator shaft. It's actually a staircase. But I was thinking about doing something kind of cool. I was thinking about doing like a staircase kind of like surrounding an elevator. So I'd have like an elevator in the middle, and then kind of like the staircase going around it, if possible. If I have the space for that, I feel like that would be kind of cool. Something kind of unique. So see if we'll do that possibly. But yeah, this is gonna be just kind of like a staircase for now. And you know, obviously I'm gonna extend it all the way up to the roof because I'm gonna have some solar panels up here, most likely for, you know, just to power the hospital. I guess this will be like one of those solar energy hospitals, which I think are a thing in most places. So let me go ahead and fill this ceiling in here with this quartz, and then I want to try to add some solar panels if I can. I'm not just like talking about putting daylight sensors down. I want to actually like build some like legit like solar panels here if possible. So let's just kind of like model. Let's like just create a model first before we do anything else. So I want to get out some slabs, and I want to get out some daylight sensors, and let's just see what we can come up with, everybody. So again, I don't know if this is going to be the exact spot for this, but I just want to give it a try. Well, if we do that, that's not going to work. So let's go ahead and extend this up one extra block here, like this. So go like that, and then on 3 sides here. And then I want to extend this up 2 blocks to like here. Wait. Yeah, because I can place a full block. Okay, yes, that's absolutely correct. So this will extend up right here. Do a little bit of extendo. See how this looks. And then this is going to become a full block. And then I'm going to have another one. Oops, wrong spot. Wait, that doesn't make it. Oh, yep, that's not the right spot. That would make sense. So there we go. And I got to extend this out 1 extra on this side. This might not be the best solution for this, but it might work. All right, so that'll go up like that. And then I'll just like kind of cover this with daylight sensors. And this will be like our solar panel numero uno. I might not make these go like that far off the ground. So like you know, I might like cut 1 block down from that, and that'll be kind of like our solar panels here on the top of this building. So I'm gonna add like a bunch of these off camera, and that'll be cool. Hopefully that'll look good. Hopefully. And then what else do I want to do? I want to add some pillared quartz right here to mark the borders of this part of the building. And then I want to work on a little bit more roofing here. And then I think that should be good. While we're doing that, guys, we got to finally get to the question of the day. I don't want to forget. So today's question of the day is, what does FBS stand for on your Twitter? FBS Dan. Please put this in a question of the day. So, when I saw this, I thought it was funny. I think there's a misconception that it stands for first-person shooter. But that's actually not true. It does not stand for frames per second either. I guess FPS can stand for a lot of things, but there's no really right or wrong answer for this. I don't actually know what it stands for. I wanted to, you know, have it like, I think it's an inside joke between my friends. I know that for sure. But the problem is I made my Twitter back in like 2009 or 2010. So I don't actually remember what it's. I think it has something to do with flamingos, I'm pretty sure. So it could be something along the lines of flamingos, I don't know, something. Flamingos persuading snails, or this is stupid. Yeah, I actually don't know what it stands for. But I thought it was funny because a lot of people do say, does it, like, you know, I used to play Call of Duty, so a lot of people think it stands for FPS or first person shooter. That is not the case, but you can feel free to decide in the comment section what it stands for. What do you want me to make it stand for? It is up to you, everybody. I actually have no idea what it's supposed to stand for. Could stand for first person shooter, I guess, but I don't really play first person shooter, so it could be first person something that starts with S in Minecraft. First person sandstone. So that's what it'll stand for, or something like that. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. Thank you very much for the question. Obviously, guys, leave your question of the day submissions in the comment section below. What does my Twitter handle FPSDan stand for? Beats me. So yeah, let's go ahead and kind of fill that in. I want to add that. It does add a lighting defect, which I don't like. Wait, hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it does add a lighting defect that I don't like. But I don't like lighting defects, but it actually doesn't look bad here because it kind of looks like a black block, maybe like a darker block back there if you kind of look at it from a distance. So that actually kind of adds like a nice contrast of color. So you know, it kind of separates the gray from like that, you know, glitched out lighting effect there. So we'll add that. That's good. That's good stuff. And I might even throw another one under here if possible. That might be a little bit of a reach doing that. Yeah, well, that's a reach. Let's go ahead and scratch that whole idea here. Scratch that plan. All right, so there we go. All right. So now I want to try to add a roof or something like that. Again, I started kind of doing something like this. I was thinking about having just like a slab roof, but the more I think about it, that might look bad. So who knows, guys? Who knows? I'm just gonna fill in now and see how it looks, because then we can kind of change it later. But let's just get a slab roof running through here and have it go all the way down. So yeah, I want to try to get the hospital, you know, closed off today and have that kind of out of the way. Obviously, the interior isn't finished on it. You know, the interior isn't finished on all the buildings, so it's not just the hospital. I want to work on the interior at some later point. Once we have like all the buildings put up, I can come through and just kind of grind out the interior. Again, I don't really want to do the interior. I mean, I can do it. It would probably make the city look a lot better, and you know, it would be a good thing to add. Obviously, kind of dreading doing it because it's going to take forever and it's going to be really repetitive. But I probably will still do it when the time comes. So yeah, that's good. I'm definitely gonna get some help with that, though. I'm gonna have like some people come on, and some of you guys come on and help me out. Kind of, you know, I'll build, for example, I'll build like the first floor, kind of like lay out the design for it, and then like you guys can kind of help me copy and paste it from floor to floor. I feel like the Eclipse towers by themselves is gonna take like a day, so. I'm definitely gonna need some help, and you know, that's gonna come soon. Probably it'll be on Xbox One. It probably won't be for a long time. So, but that will be something that will happen eventually. Just letting you guys know. So I don't know if that's gonna be a good roof there. I don't really like that, to be honest. Again, I don't like spamming the quartz as much as I used to. Kind of like gets old. So maybe I'll just kind of make a flatter roof. You know, just kind of like a flat gray roof. But at least the building itself is starting to come together a little bit. It's starting to close off, which is a good thing. I do want to take out the, where is it? The brown wool here. I actually want to like extend this out a few blocks. So I'm gonna thinking like right, kind of like the dead center of this building, or this part of the building. So let's see if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. So if I probably want to make this 5, and that's gonna be like a, actually. It's too soon to tell if this kind of like turns and turns. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'll put it right here, actually. So let's go ahead and close that off again. So there we go. And I guess I can extend this out to like there, actually. And this is going to be our, you know, the brown wool roof of this part of the building. So this is going to connect through here like this, and then all of this is going to get filled in with the brown to kind of close off this part. So again, it's kind of just a whole mix and match of crazy designs. I think like the thing about this building, I kind of like built it in different times. So like I would like build a little bit, take a break, build a little bit, take a break. And for whatever reason, it caused me to create like 5 different buildings in one. So it's a crazy design, but I think I can make it work, hopefully. I think when it's all said and done, when this thing is completely closed off, it should look like, you know, okay, like not too much of a crazy mess. You know, it's like a complete contrast from this building, which is literally just slabs. So let's take a look at it from over this angle, see how it's looking. Again, I'm gonna add solar panels like all over the roof. I'm gonna add more detail to it, like add more of like you know, some grassy stuff and all that things, just to make it more detailed. Like for example, this side wall here that goes along the street is like really detailed, and I like that. So that's going to be kind of a theme that goes throughout. We have a car right here built by NTRS 2000. It's got a nice looking little vehicle. So with that, guys, I'm going to close out today's video. Got a little bit done, so that's good. Kind of getting the castle. I just said castle. It is not a castle. Just want to let you guys know this is not a castle. The hospital got squared away a little bit. I've actually, that's not the first time I've said that. I feel like I get a hospital and castle mixed up for whatever reason that doesn't make any sense. But, that's just me. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's been Dangeles. Give it a like if you did enjoy it. Leave your question of the day submissions in the comment section below like you guys always do, and I will pick one for next time. Until then, everybody, have a good day, and peace out.